she's a great player. She's a high IQ player. She adjusted really quickly to this league. Unbelievably quick to this league. And now it's about becoming not just a great player, but becoming a great leader for this team so that we can win not just a championship, but championships. And what does that look like?
Stephanie White has finally reached her breaking point with Sheryl Swoopes' controversial claims in her latest explosive interview. White is firing back, exposing the inaccuracies in Swoopes' statements and fiercely defending her team's integrity. From Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact on the game to the truth about the Fever's locker room dynamics, White is leaving no stone unturned. The gloves are off, and it's time to uncover who's truly in the wrong in this heated battle of words.
And to be able to come back and work with another 22, a generational player in Caitlin Clark.
Sheryl Swoopes, one of the most iconic figures in WNBA history, recently made bold claims about the Indiana Fever's management and players. It was only a matter of time before Stephanie White stepped in. Known for her no-nonsense approach both on and off the court, White seized the opportunity to dismantle Swoopes' statements point by point in her recent interview. The tension between these two basketball powerhouses isn't just a clash of differing opinions, it's a battle to defend legacies, protect reputations, and uphold the integrity of a team.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because I've been able to see it from the sideline for so many years with her, and I will never forget calling a game at Maryland last year, and I was in the same hotel as them for the first time. And I came down the escalator, had to have been 3 hours before the game, maybe 3.5 hours before the game, and the lobby was full. The only other time I'd seen that was when I'm at an NBA or NFL event, right? And they're in the hotel lobby and it's just packed and it's roped off. And this was at Maryland. And 3.5 hours before the game, when I'm leaving to go over to do my commentating duties, the gym is 1.5 miles away. It took me 45 minutes to.
At the heart of Swoopes' critique was her claim that the Fever mishandled their talent, specifically rookie sensation Caitlin Clark and seasoned player Kelsey Mitchell. Swoopes accused the team of failing to fully capitalize on Mitchell's potential and went further to suggest that the locker room was a toxic environment. These allegations were passionately refuted by Stephanie White, who viewed them not only as an attack on the team, but also as a dismissal of the hard work and progress her players have achieved.
The first time that we've seen the carryover from college to the WNBA, because there are a lot of basketball players in the WNBA who've played in sold out arenas in college. Like that's become a commonplace. But it had not transitioned and transferred from college fandom to WNBA fandom. And when the number one pick was called, the first game that she played and the consequentially many games since, they're all hungry to grow and hungry to improve and hungry to be coached and hungry to win. And when you have 3 foundational players and your big 3 that have that mindset, have that mentality, and great things can.
White began by addressing Caitlin Clark's immediate impact, highlighting the rookie sensation's ability to thrive under immense pressure. Clark, a generational talent, quickly adapted to the professional game, leading her team in critical moments and elevating the performance of those around her. White emphasized that Clark's high basketball IQ and unselfish play brought a new dynamic to the Fever, directly contradicting Swoopes' earlier claims that Clark's college success wouldn't translate to the WNBA.
That players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be.
But White didn't stop there. She pointed to Kelsey Mitchell's stellar performance under her leadership, noting that Mitchell had one of her best seasons yet. As a scorer, playmaker, and stabilizing veteran presence, Mitchell was instrumental in the Fever's success. Far from being overlooked, White explained, Mitchell was a cornerstone of the team's strategy moving forward. Kelsey isn't just a player, she's a cornerstone of this franchise, White stated, dismantling Swoopes' argument with facts and statistics. When it came to team culture, White addressed Swoopes' claims of player discontent head-on. While Swoopes painted a grim picture of an unhappy locker room, White described a starkly different reality, a cohesive, supportive environment driven by a shared hunger to win and grow. She credited this positive atmosphere to strong leadership from both the coaching staff and the team's core players. This is a group of players hungry to win, to grow, and to be coached, White asserted, reinforcing the sense of unity within the Fever. White also called out the flaws in Swoopes' critique, accusing her of making sweeping generalizations without proper context, it's easy to critique from the outside. White remarked, but when you're in the trenches, building a team from the ground up, the challenges and victories look a lot different. This confrontation between White and Swoopes sheds light on a broader issue in sports commentary: the disconnect between perception and reality. While Swoopes' critiques may grab headlines, White's detailed response showcased the hard work, strategic planning, and dedication that often go unnoticed. By addressing every point with clarity and conviction, White not only defended her team but also reinforced her reputation as a leader who stands firmly by her players.
I don't think that any one of us can really probably understand, what she goes through on a daily basis. She carries a heavy load, right? With our league and with her abilities, certainly. But where we are from this tipping point in the WNBA and from popular.
Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA was nothing short of a media storm. The Iowa standout, already a household name for her record-breaking college performances and unrelenting drive, faced significant scrutiny. Sheryl Swoopes, in particular, dismissed Clark's ability to transition seamlessly into the professional league, a statement that left fans and analysts alike stunned. Swoopes even predicted that Clark's game wouldn't translate to the WNBA, questioning her capacity to dominate against seasoned professionals. Fast forward to her rookie season with the Indiana Fever, and Clark's performance decisively silenced the doubters. Her debut was nothing short of a revelation. From the moment she stepped onto the court, it was evident she wasn't just a rookie finding her footing, she was a force to be reckoned with. Averaging an impressive 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game, Clark not only led all rookies but also topped the league in assists, proving just how off the mark those early predictions were. Caitlin Clark's contributions were instrumental in leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016, marking a pivotal moment for the franchise. What truly set Clark apart was her ability to elevate everyone around her. Stephanie White lauded her for her exceptional court vision, calling her one of the best passers she'd ever seen, regardless of gender.
It's really exciting. I mean, certainly, you think about Kelsey Mitchell, and she's been through the lulls in the Indiana Fever franchise, and now to be on the other side of that, as a cornerstone. And, every team has a big three, right? And you think about having a great wing like her, and a great point guard, and a generational player in Caitlin Clark, and a great post player in Aaliyah Boston.
White, who has worked with Hall of Fame talent, was particularly impressed by Clark's ability to deliver pinpoint passes on the fast break, a skill she likened to NBA legends. Caitlin's instincts on the court are unmatched. She knows how to control the game, whether it's scoring, distributing, or setting the tone for the team, White remarked. For Clark, the transition from college to the WNBA wasn't just about showcasing her skills, it was about proving that she belonged at the highest level of the game. Critics like Swoopes doubted Caitlin Clark's ability to handle the physicality and pace of the professional game, but Clark didn't just meet expectations, she shattered them. Her adaptability against defenses, ability to play through contact, and knack for making clutch plays in critical moments showcased a level of maturity rarely seen in first-year players. Swoopes' initial critique of Clark wasn't limited to her playing style, she also questioned Clark's ability to lead a team, suggesting that her individual success might come at the expense of team cohesion. Once again, Clark defied expectations. Her unselfish play and ability to rally her teammates became one of the Fever's greatest strengths, solidifying her role as both a star player and a team leader. Whether it was her chemistry with veterans like Kelsey Mitchell or her mentorship of younger players, Caitlin Clark proved she was more than just a scorer, she was a leader. As the season progressed and Clark's impact became undeniable, Swoopes shifted her narrative, focusing on other aspects of Clark's game while avoiding direct acknowledgement of her earlier predictions. This wasn't the first time Swoopes' comments had missed the mark, but the stark contrast between her words and Clark's reality only added to the drama surrounding the ongoing feud. Clark's rookie campaign wasn't just a personal triumph, it was a pivotal moment for the Indiana Fever. After years of struggling to find an identity, the team finally had a star who could carry them into a new era. Her hunger to improve, combined with her relentless work ethic, made her a natural fit for White's vision. Caitlin isn't just a great player, she's a cornerstone for the future, White emphasized, cementing her importance to the team's future success. Stephanie White's tenure as the Indiana Fever head coach came with lofty expectations. After years of underperformance, the franchise needed more than just a tactical overhaul, they needed a cultural reset. From day one, White made it clear that her focus extended beyond X's and O's. She wanted to create a winning mentality, build trust within the locker room, and establish a team-first ethos. This philosophy became even more critical in the wake of Sheryl Swoopes' pointed criticisms of the Fever's organization. Swoopes painted a picture of discord, suggesting that players were unhappy and eager to leave. Her claims included sharp critiques of the Fever's management and coaching approach, alleging that the team failed to recognize talent and foster loyalty. Swoopes even implied that Caitlin Clark's presence was causing friction among the players, a claim that White swiftly and firmly debunked. Under White's leadership, the Fever proved that their culture was anything but toxic. The camaraderie within the team was evident in their play on the court and their interactions off it. White often emphasized the importance of communication, stating that a successful team isn't just about skill, it's about trust and mutual respect. Her open-door policy allowed players to voice concerns and collaborate on strategies, fostering an environment where everyone felt valued.
I'm not one of those coaches that is going to be set in her ways. Not one of those coaches that that isn't, I'm willing to try.
One of the most striking examples of White's impact was her relationship with Caitlin Clark. From the outset, White recognized Clark's potential not just as a player, but as a leader. In interviews, White recounted her initial conversations with Caitlin Clark, where the two discussed everything from offensive schemes to personal growth. Caitlin's hunger to improve is unmatched, White shared. She's not just looking to score points, she's looking to make everyone around her better. White also made it a priority to integrate Clark into the team's existing structure without alienating veteran players like Kelsey Mitchell. Swoopes had criticized the Fever for their handling of Mitchell, an unrestricted free agent who had just come off a stellar season. White, however, was quick to highlight Mitchell's significance to the team's success, emphasizing her role in the team's continued growth and stability. Ensuring that Mitchell's contributions were both recognized and celebrated, White's balanced approach helped to dispel any notion of favoritism and reinforce the team's unity beyond individual relationships. She also addressed broader organizational changes that were essential for the Fever's resurgence. White implemented more rigorous training sessions, introduced analytics-driven game plans, and prioritized mental conditioning to prepare players for high-pressure situations. These measures paid off as the Fever not only improved their win-loss record, but also displayed a newfound resilience in close games. Swoopes' narrative of a fractured locker room couldn't have been further from the truth. Players often spoke about the familial atmosphere within the team, describing group outings, post-practice bonding sessions, and a shared determination to succeed. White's emphasis on accountability was key to this dynamic. She encouraged players to take ownership of their mistakes while also celebrating their achievements, fostering a culture of continuous improvement. As White worked to rebuild the Fever's image, she didn't shy away from addressing Swoopes' remarks head-on. In a candid interview, she called out the inaccuracies in Swoopes' statements, urging critics to look at the evidence rather than relying on hearsay. "Our players are proud to be part of this team," White asserted. "The work ethic, the chemistry, the hunger to win, it's all here. Anyone claiming otherwise hasn't been paying attention." Perhaps the most telling moment came when White discussed the team's future. Her vision extended far beyond a single championship. She spoke passionately about building a dynasty with Clark, Mitchell, and the rest of the Fever's core. Leading the charge, White explained, "This isn't just about winning now, it's about creating a legacy that lasts." In the face of criticism and doubt, White's unwavering belief in her team was a driving force behind their resurgence. Her ability to navigate the challenges of rebuilding a franchise while countering external negativity demonstrated her strength as a leader. By setting the record straight and focusing on what truly mattered, White not only silenced her detractors, but also laid the foundation for a brighter future for the Indiana Fever. When Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA as a highly anticipated rookie, the expectations were sky high. The Indiana Fever, in desperate need of a game-changer, had selected Clark in the draft, and everyone from fans to analysts had their eyes on her performance. But one particular voice echoed across the basketball community with criticism: Sheryl Swoopes. Swoopes, a legendary player and analyst, had been outspoken in her belief that Clark's game wouldn't translate to the professional level. She doubted that Clark's style would succeed in the WNBA and suggested that the transition would be more difficult than many anticipated. But Caitlin Clark wasn't just any rookie, she was a force of nature, an unparalleled talent who had already redefined college basketball with her incredible scoring, playmaking, and leadership at Iowa. So her ability to make plays from anywhere on the court was undeniable. When Clark made the leap to the WNBA, she quickly proved that the skeptics, including Swoopes, were wrong. Clark's rookie season with the Fever was nothing short of spectacular. In her first year, Caitlin Clark averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game, solidifying her place as one of the brightest stars in the league. Not only did she dominate offensively, but her versatility made her an invaluable asset on defense as well. Clark's immediate impact on the Fever was undeniable, and she didn't just play the game, she changed it. She took on the role of a leader, not only by putting up impressive stats, but also by elevating the performance of her teammates around her.
I also want our players to use their instincts and to play free. You know, we want to make plays, not run plays, right? We want to have sets that give us certain spacing that we want, depending upon our rotations, who's on the floor, who we want to attack, what matchups we want to get to, how can we manipulate them. So we'll have certain play calls that just give us space to operate. And then whichever play we make, whichever pass we make determines, one of three actions that our players can read from. And so really giving them the freedom to play within a system.
This was a stark contrast to Swoopes' early predictions. When Clark entered the league, many believed that her style of play, more individualistic and reliant on her scoring ability, wouldn't mesh well with the WNBA's team-oriented structure. Swoopes, with her wealth of experience and success in the league, expressed doubts about whether Clark could adapt her high-volume, high-scoring game to the professional level, but Clark quickly silenced those concerns with her all-around game and leadership on and off the court. Caitlin Clark did more than just adapt to the professional stage, she thrived. Her rookie success was evident in her ability to contribute to every aspect of the game. She became the catalyst for the Fever's offense, setting the tone for the entire team. Her court vision and playmaking were exceptional, and her leadership on the floor helped guide the team to their first playoff appearance since 2016. While her numbers were staggering, it was her ability to make her teammates better that truly set her apart, showing that her impact went beyond individual achievement. Caitlin Clark's leadership qualities were evident from the start, and Stephanie White, the Fever's head coach, quickly recognized that Clark was capable of much more than just scoring points. White's belief in Clark's potential grew as the season progressed. The coach played an active role in shaping Clark's development, focusing on refining her skills and expanding her basketball IQ. White worked with Clark to improve her efficiency on the floor, particularly in decision-making and maximizing her impact on both ends of the court. As the season unfolded, Clark's confidence and maturity grew, solidifying her undeniable impact on the Fever. Caitlin Clark was named Rookie of the Year and made the All-WNBA First Team, achievements that cemented her place as one of the league's top players. Even more impressive, however, was how Clark handled the pressure and criticism from voices like Sheryl Swoopes. Rather than getting distracted by negativity, Clark let her play speak for itself. Stephanie White, who coached Clark closely throughout the season, praised her for her resilience and drive. Caitlin's not just focused on being great herself, she's focused on helping this team succeed. White said in interviews, "Her growth as a leader has been incredible, and I'm excited to see how she continues to evolve as the Fever moved into the postseason." Clark's leadership was on full display throughout the season. She wasn't just a scorer, she was a floor general, a player who could make the right decision at the right moment. Her ability to facilitate the offense and set up teammates for success made her invaluable to the team's playoff run. While Swoopes may have underestimated Clark's ability to thrive in the WNBA, it was clear the rookie was more than ready for the challenge. In the end, Swoopes' criticism of Clark seemed misguided. Not only did Clark's game translate seamlessly to the WNBA, but she also became the centerpiece of the Fever's future success. Her growth from college star to professional leader was a testament to her work ethic, basketball IQ, and unrelenting desire to be the best. The contrast between Swoopes' early predictions and Clark's actual performance couldn't have been more pronounced. Where Swoopes saw limitations, Clark saw opportunities. Where others questioned her ability to adjust, Clark proved them wrong time and time again. With each passing game, Caitlin Clark continued to silence her doubters, including Sheryl Swoopes. Her journey in the WNBA became a victory, not only for herself, but also for the entire Indiana Fever franchise. It demonstrated that with the right leadership, talent, and work ethic, anything is possible. Stephanie White's sharp rebuttal serves as a powerful reminder that facts matter and leadership is grounded in truth. With Clark proving her doubters wrong and the Fever steadily improving, the future is undoubtedly bright for the team. This clash between WNBA icons highlights the power of resilience and growth. What's your take on this dynamic? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth sports content. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll unpack more of White's statements and explore how the Fever are making waves in the league this season.